Vantage. Surprisingly, Vantage getting a 13-3 on map number 2. They're also going to Vertigo as the decider. So both sides of the bracket, Vertigo to decide, number 1 here, who's getting into the grand final and who's going to go to the lower bracket match, and the other game to see who is going to be in that match and who is eliminated.
Well, and it's not for us to discuss. We are here to talk upper bracket final, and that is Sunday School KZG. Moving on to Vertigo. Sunday School will be the team to start on the CT side. And KZG rolling in with just a smoke and a flash as far as util is concerned for their opening T-side round. Ngovi, though, has been given the P250 duty, so he'll be a player to keep an eye on. Mizzy, caught unawares. Thought there might be a push up the ladder, but he will be proven incorrect. And first blood drawn by KZG.
Oh, we got Crunchy back on the server as well. So
yes.
whipping him back out to see who's going to, if he's going to be able to replace Licky from previous one.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I guess Licky just had to go to bed.
Maybe.
Licky, I'm pretty sure Licky's a working man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I imagine that's why he wouldn't have been able to make that first series. Started at 4:30 p.m. Sydney time, so a little bit early if you're a working man to be making it home for that one, and probably he's making a early wake-up time, so
Yeah.
got to go to bed at 10:30. Either way, Crunchy, not a bad addition to the team by the looks of things, as he's picked up 3 kills on that pistol, and it's Sunday School that will start things off despite losing the first player.
Yeah, and no chance for KCG to get the pistol and drop the second round, unfortunately, in this one. Or maybe it's fortunately, maybe they can answer back against Sunday School to give them a taste of their own medicine. No bomb plant down, however, for some extra cash to splash means that they're going to be a little bit more lackluster in their buy right now. Just some upgraded pistols, a single Mac 10, which means that these A1Ss might be able to deliver some great damage.
So good for Deagle. Smoke at the bottom of the ramp, though, is going to give some pretty good control for Sunday School, and they'll be pretty happy behind that one for the moment. Don't really see KCG pushing through it. This looks like more of a pick and split kind of a style initially. You've got Samuk's kind of working mid. Ngovi waiting to see whether or not there'll be a push down from B. And he's actually doing a bit of damage there onto Crunchy and Mizzy. But both survive and he's down, so overall, Sunday School off with a easy start into round 2 as well. But the creep up the ramp has caught Versa off guard, and everyone else had kind of rotated off the site. So KCG going to look to scale in, and they'll be able to do so pretty well with that smoke, obscuring the vision of Sunday School on the site. There's another one on the other side as well. Wall of smoke's in effect, and Pain clears out default. So Estate able to get the bomb plant down.
No use either for Sunday School. Same as KCG, it's all just going to be shooting action here.
Seconds. Has spotted out Hassi dancing around behind the ramp, and he'll lose his life. So back to the 3-on-4, but KZG benefited greatly by the timer ticking away in their favor. Estate swinging wildly with that Tech 9. He's doing a bit of work. He's got 3 kills off the back of it so far, and well, Garfunkel doesn't have too many options left. Estate's just going to have to peek, and he gets another one. That is a clean headshot and a very clean round. The 4K,
Yeah.
and KZG will equalize the scoreline at 1 apiece. And you got to say, one of the biggest problems that these two teams have been facing has been converting their pistol round wins into 2 or 3 rounds.
That's what I said, KCG to give Sunday School a taste their own medicine, right? So they're able to successfully do it. Although Sunday School will be going up with a force buy of their own variety into this round. See if they can retaliate and get one back for themselves. Thought that might have actually done some damage, but through the legs nonetheless. Scout will reveal that Sunday School have gone in for the force buy in this round. And KCG will start to scale up a little bit. Risky business with the bomb, though, to be the first peek into the B side.
Ngovi, in with a good chance there. A little bit of a freebie onto Mizzy, all things considered. Samuk's is also working middle, so that's going to prove successful as well. This gives KCG a lot of options. I'm almost surprised they haven't just decided that they want to hit the B bomb site with a kill on B and a kill into mid. You probably assuming there's only one guy left on B, but they've got time to play with, so they'll take their time about it. And now that Samooks has been given yet another sound cue, he's going to have a look for Crunchy, and he'll get that one as well. So starting to get pretty easy for KCG in this round.
And they'll look to try and close it out just as easy as well, losing only one member so far as the bomb plant does go down. It's just onto Garfunkel. You try and take the A1S into the next round. You didn't have a weapon of that equivalent going into it. So if you can try and take it to the next, it's not a bad idea. That being said, KCG do find themselves with a chance for a nice lead on this T side in the upper bracket final. Get into that grand final and have your shot at ESL Challenger Melbourne to play what is expected to be, Jordan, some really strong teams coming to Australian shores in the distant future.
Yeah, that'd be a huge step up for KCG. Team that, I mean, just last year wasn't even really on the radar, I would say, until probably the last, at least for me, like 3 or 4 months of the year. Like, they were kicking around a while, but didn't really feel like they were doing anything of particular note until the late stages of 2023. But it kind of came together for them, you know, around the same time that it did for the likes of Vantage and Mindfreak, and you know, it felt like those teams actually really started to make some inroads, which was pretty cool to see. And it would be a massive reward for KCG, all the hard work that they put in to make it to a live event. I mean, not just that, but like, how many of these guys have even played a serious business LAN? I don't think any of them.
Yeah.
Maybe Mingovi? But like, if you go back and think about like all the ANZ Champs LANs, all the CG LANs, and those kinds of things, like, these guys weren't around back then.
Yeah, true. Well, we're still looking for some damage here to come through from Sunday School. They have managed to pilfer some weaponry and a little bit of a late tray. That would have been a great shot to come through from Garfunkel to try and find a potential win in this round for Sunday School. Reckons will lose his life as well. So now just on towards Crunchy. If you can find any more kills, you might start to see that eventuate into some damage to the economy a little bit later on in the half. But for right now, it doesn't look to be the case.
Alright, easy as it is. KCG up to 3-1, but job gets more difficult now because Sunday School is in session. They've got the guns, they're ready to go. Hopefully this will be the start of something, a tight sort of affair on the third map.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty close series so far. It has felt pretty back and forth. So I wouldn't be hugely surprised to see if this one actually ended up being, again, another pretty closely fought battle.
Keen to see what Payne's going to do on this AWP on the T side of Vertigo. And just like that, an opening kill onto Crunchy already over at the B side of the map. Able to get in and get out is certainly a way you want to start off, but that is not going to be if you find a delayed trade on the other side of the map with some extra damage in change onto Hassie. Now, some still aren't going to know that for sure, but it will change the way Hassie might engage in a duel.
Govi gets what he was waiting for. He was so patient for that first kill. Reckons will be able to trade him back on down. And, well, speaking of trades, there's a couple there. Versa, Payne also chiming in, but Bomb Plant is going to go down on default. And now Payne waits as Sunday School set themselves up behind E-Box. Generator, I should say. Garfunkel, unable to get one, but Versa will. And now it's just down to Payne, who's dancing around White Box with the orb. Defuse is on, but cancelled. Not that Payne is aware of that. And now spots out Versa off the bomb, but the damage was done. Versa had been given way too much time for that wrap, and KCG will drop the round. One gun alive, though, for the CT side. Isn't going to do a huge amount for their economy.
Yeah. Do they want the orb or the AK? Yeah, it's got to be the orb. That's not the greatest for Sunday School, as you mentioned, right? One alive. The AWP is going to be quite the premium coming into this round. They can still, juggle up the economy to get A1Ss and some utilities here and there. No AWP to come back in the hands of KZG, but starting to feel like they might find some good scaling, some good positioning around the map on this T side. Changing it up is something that I was loving them doing on both of the previous maps. You know, they weren't too shying away from being able to change their strategies between quick and fast, really bleeding down the timer. They figured out where the AWP is in Versus hands over at the A side of the map, so the decision is to steer clear of it or try and bully into it. At the moment, it's going to be the former. As Miyovi opens up onto Mizzy, that's going to bring Crunchy back down to the site itself.
Garfunkel will drop KZG out for vengeance in this round, and that's two lovely entries that'll basically give them the B-bomb site, but mid has gone an entirely different direction. I'm not sure that they were expecting that kind of a presence from Sunday School, especially not that quickly. But either way, they'll get their plan, and they'll get another crack at a 2-on-2.
Nice damage on the HG grenade.
Oh, well, it's not going to work out again for KZG, and this is one of the problems that we saw popping up on Nuke. Has me slightly worried that actually this one might follow suit with Nuke as well. There was a couple of close rounds that went the way of Sunday School. They were a little bit more clutch on that map, and now they've been able to equalize things at 3 apiece. Yes, the money's still not that great for the CT side, but if you keep winning rounds anyway, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, we did see a nice string of rounds on the CT side from Sunday School on Nuke, right? It was not the pistol round, but then 3 rounds in a row. One back to KCG, and then the ultimate closer for another 3 rounds in the row after their great T-sided start over on that map as well. So they're carrying over a little bit of that into this map, as well as bringing back Crunchy instead of Licky. And, I mean, Licky didn't have a bad performance in the first 2 maps, don't get me wrong. But Crunchy's performance was pretty nice in the first series. Some damage on towards Estate in that duel, living with 7 HP. But you'll take a Reckons down in the fight to find the opening frag. Not a lot of util to play for KCG, and not a lot of spread positioning around the map either. Big grouping up at the bottom of ramp for 4 other members, and a little lurk later to come from Samux.
Garfunkel, lovely spot to play with the MP9 from, and it does work out pretty nicely for at least that opening kill. CG though, still have the numbers advantage. Estate's only on 7 HP, so he'll fall over to a slight gust of wind, but even still, not a bad spot to be in, though. The thing is, they've only got 1 flash to get into this A-bomb site. If they want to go, they're going to have to go now while the smokes are up. They're given a kill by Mizzy, peeking for info. Solid shot, good crosshair placement from Payne. And that might just be enough to take control of the bomb site. Sunday School got a little too antsy. And they were punished for it. 4-3. KCG maintained the lead.
Does chip away at the money for what Sunday School can do as well. So a bit of a reset for this round, and potentially even bleeding into the next round. 1900 to 2400. They'll be on the edge of a pretty decent buy. And they are going to indeed make the decision to actually force into this one, realizing what might come around the corner. MR12 incentivized to try and get a quicker reset onto KZG, who actually, if they turn up the heat over at this A ramp, will be better off for it. Because there's not a lot of stalling utility from Sunday School.
Scout of Reckons, though.
Maybe.
Should be smoked off. Molotov will kind of disrupt his positioning as well. And KZG tossing no shortage of util in onto the site, not to mention dealing with the flank pretty comfortably. So not really too much in this one for Sunday School to write home about. You're getting some chip damage done. That's not quite enough to get too excited about. So,
oh, Crunchy. So tantalizing knowing how low a lot of these members are on KZG. 5 of them tagged up. The Scout or the Deagles surely would finish them up. But you've got no util, you got no kits. you've got no idea on actual how much damage you have delivered into this round so far. And I mean, you've also got what I discussed about previously, right? The ecos to come if you lose this round, and they ultimately do lose it. How many weapons can they hold on to? How many can they pilfer at the end of this? There's a potential of 1.
Yeah, I mean, KZG chasing down what really kind of amounted to being just pistols, so hasn't exactly worked out for them there, giving that AK over to Crunchy, but oh well, 5-3. Could definitely be worse, and money's pretty bad still for Sunday School, so KZG are kind of following that trajectory that we saw on the first map, actually, rather than the second. I was a little bit worried about that, but actually this is very similar to what happened on the first map, where KCG got off to a lead, let slip a couple of rounds, then took control of half again. And it feels like we're kind of in that same sort of a vicinity. KCG can go up 6-3 here, which, I mean, they would be very disappointed not to.
Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate for Mingovi. Some looks for the trade, though, and the eventual A-site endeavor that KZG currently are posturing towards.
Well, all's well that ends well in the end for KZG. You can afford to lose 1 gun.
Yeah. I mean, just to draw a parallel from what you're saying on the first map as well, that's the map that we saw Payne having some great initiative and some great performances. Mingovi coming in at the bottom of the squad, but this time changing it up. He's actually getting into the mess. You got Estate in there, who was kind of in the middle of the pack, also doing what he can. So it's looking like a little bit better off for KZG on this map compared to Ancient, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I mean, Payne's been pretty solid actually throughout this entire series. He was the one sort of point of resistance, it kind of felt like, on Nuke as well. His CT AWPing was pretty decent at least. So he definitely deserves a shout out here for KZG, putting in the hard yards tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Now we've got that buy to come through for Sunday School. Not going to have any AWPs out in the mix unless Mizzy wants to drop a little bit of extra utilities to be sacrificed to get that out. So we're going to see the standard set of rifles from them all. Feels like this is going to be quite the crucial round, actually, for Sunday School to make something decent of a CT side happen. If they do drop this one, KCG find the lead, and they're going to be chasing something of a 9-3, an 8-4. Great open up from Payne with the AWP as well here. And they can just start to settle down, draw out this utility from Sunday School. They don't necessarily need to push too far up the ramp. They've got a gatekeeper and some looks at mid again. They've got no info over at the B site, so they don't exactly know if anything's pushed down the ramp already, but they will start to clear out those stairs.
Patient round. Hassie is going to start to creep up ramp. Doesn't have a whole lot of support though for this. So I wouldn't imagine that KZG are really looking to commit to the A-bomb site. He's really just probing more than anything. And yeah, if he gets a kill or two, then nice. Obviously they can do something off the back of that. But actually kind of looks like they're a little bit more set up to go and collect the bomb and go back over toward B. Though Mingovi dropping hasn't really facilitated that. Couple of sound cues though for Sunday School, but they're hearing players on the ramp, and so they're going to try to take matters into their own hands, and Garfunkel gets funkled. So it is back to KZG in control, 3-on-4 bomb site, looking like it's going to be theirs, and Payne very nearly going down through that smoke, but still just about getting the bomb plant down until the nade slides through. This is now bad news for KZG as they just can't find the bomb plant.
No, they're hopping around the site and they cannot exactly do it. Now it's just down to some looks and he's just going to get charged upon. And whilst he does get the plant down, there's no one else to protect it for KZG. Switch over to the CTs, 3 alive as well with this defuse. It was a very required round. They have not chipped away at the money of KZG. They've maybe had a little bit of an impact on the momentum that the teams was starting to build, but is that going to be enough to try and chase a 6 to equalize this at the halftime. There's a gun round here. There's a gun round next to KCG. So it is going to be a hard-fought battle to try and do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like that sometimes on the A site when you've got that wall of smokes up, but you can still get spammed through. Util damage, of course, for the planter is always going to be a factor. Tough one for KZG. They look to be in a good spot. Now, Sunday School still fighting for the half. And KCG are on the back foot again. They'll just slow things down.
Good ramp control, though. Honestly, not too much resistance being met. Good holding a utility for Sunday School. You're playing Crunchy to the B site. An overlook at mid from Garfunkel, and the rest just really prioritized over at A itself. See what sort of exploratory mission either Samux or Payne can find. Already scoped in with that AWP as well, so he does need to be careful how he's going to meander around the map, if at all giving any sound cues. But majority of the force for KCG around this A site is starting to bring some rotations on over.
Well, I thought that nade was going to do something more than what
Yeah.
it did, but apparently not. Now the flash. Sets Hassie up on the line, but he's unable to hit the shot. Molotov's going to keep him a little busy. Smoke though to bloom in front of him. And KCG can once again attempt to get a bomb plant down on the A side. And this time there is no counter util for Sunday School to make use of. And in fact, the spam is going the other direction. 3 kills through the smoke. And there's nothing Sunday School can do about that.
It feels like it has to be a save as well, right? Going into the next round, you're playing with pennies for the rest of the squad. You have to just cut your losses. You're not going to be winning the half. You can try and make it 7-5. If it's 8-4, probably needing the pistol in the next half. KCG going through the CT side. Will be interesting to see if they are going to be able to reflect, you know, the kind of half-half on the CT side that we've seen today so far from them. Crunchy's got a kit, but I think he's missed the window. Yeah.
I mean, worth a try. Worth a try.
And you lose the A1S.
Yeah. They're not going to have a good play in the final round of this half, though, for Sunday School. Would have actually really liked to have held on to those last couple of guns, actually.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can give it a good old crack, because if it is 8-4 at the half for KZG and they find the pistol, I think that might be, you know, them looking to book their ticket to the grand final if they're able to find a solid start to the CT side. Bit of a quicker one from KZG up to the B site. No one's home. Estate has free reign, free territory to just claim as his own. And they can get a pretty open plant as well. Defend it all from stairs if they wanted to. Get up close to the plateau. A lot of options.
But it hasn't paid off this time for Sunday School. Samuk's in mid as well is going to be a huge thorn in their side. As soon as they start trying to make this retake happen, even if it were to go well, Samuk's will be the insurance fund.
Yep.
And that is pretty much that. 8-4 at the end of the half, and KCG a solid start to the final map.
Just wanna say you're mine and make history, 'cause I've been playing blind, wasting all this time, yet I need clarity. Give me some clarity. Yeah, I need clarity. Waiting for your call all night and day. Where did we go wrong? Don't wanna wait until you're just a distant memory. I still feel your touch, though you're not here. Since you've been gone, you're all I see. Still hear your voice, why don't we speak? I'm running circles. Since you're in my life, I can get no sleep. If you give me a sign, I'll be yours to keep. Just wanna say you're mine and make history,
Second half is upon us, and it'll be the final half of this upper bracket final between KZG and Sunday School. It's map 3, which means things are not looking too crash hot for Sunday School, given they're down 8-4. But T-side, pistol round win could get them back into the map. Of course, this is not elimination for either team, but definitely gives you a good spot heading into tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Confidence into a grand final as well. One BO3 away from ESL Challenger Melbourne. Always got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, love to hear it. Pistol round. Bit of a slow one, actually, to start things off. Sunday School were expecting something in toward mid, and they will not be getting it. They've got control of that area of the map, at least part of it, but going to have to go defaulting back to plan B, whatever that may end up being.
And you're facing up against a couple of dualies on the side of KZG who are more stacking onto the Bravo side as well right now. And as they rear their heads, Samux is just capitalizing on the 2 guns being better than 1.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I don't know if I want KZG to win this pistol, because it seems like every single time a team wins the pistol, they don't win the next round. So it's a bit of a poison chalice, but either way, that'll be their 9th. Now they've really got to lock in, you know? They've got to make sure that they actually get this one over the line.
Yeah.
They are going to be largely benefited by the fact that Sunday School did not get a bomb plant. So Crunchy should probably be refunding that Deagle. I'm going to get a attack timeout, though, from KZG. Maybe they've recognized the importance as well.
They know they got to dig deep in towards what they want to do in this round to try and guarantee that they find double digits at a very scarce scoreline difference and look to close down the series.
Maybe going to be some investment across the board from Sunday School, because I'm seeing a couple more Deagles in the back pocket as well. 2.4k loss bonus. I mean, they will get up to about 4k, so they can buy anyway. But KZG have a very solid investment themselves, so not expecting too much out of this one from Sunday School.
Well, let's see what these Deagles are going to be able to do. You got a couple of Glocks in the mix as well, but we're definitely wanting to see KCG just convert the second round after a pistol. See that they do have what it takes to do so. Significant amount of damage already delivered to Crunchy. HE grenade just echoing off in the distance. And he will ultimately meet his demise in this round. So one step closer for KZG. Not really expecting anything too flashy in this round to come out from either squads.
Wow, that is
great name.
Value. Yeah, value off that grenade for sure. KZG, at least this time, don't look like they're going to be losing to the pistols. Mizzy would be lucky to get another one here. And in fact, KZG aren't even really going to give him that chance. They just back off. Very disciplined gameplay from them. Double swing there as well onto the ramp. And 45 seconds here for Garfunkel to, hope to do maybe a little bit more economic damage. But that's about all he can really expect.
It's good for them to recognize that going fast into a round of pistols has kind of gotten the better of them in the second rounds previously. The same can be said for Sunday School. So just play it passive, play it cautiously. Don't give opportunities where you don't need to Sunday School to just be able to capitalize and find a free frag for example. So they find that one nicely. Now they achieve double digits. They have a fight against a rifle round, and they're going into it pretty swimmingly as well. 4 A1Ss and MP9 for Hassie. If this one is converted for KCG, then you're probably looking to seal the deal on this map and this series. Again, another meaty grenade to start things off. Puts these A1Ss in the realm to find a single shot headshot. And Estate's going to start us off by, I guess, at least being traded out.
Yeah, he'll take that though. He's got some good damage onto Garfunkel as well before going down. So he's done more than his body's worth. Not a huge amount of util actually here for KZG. Just a A couple of incense, a couple of smokes, and a flash. So that's going to be something that's weighing on their mind. And trying to get a bit busy into mid. Feeling confident about things by the looks of it. Reckons we'll get traded by Pain. That's well done. Can't be allowing a frag like that to go unchecked. And Samooks, oh, he's in all sorts of trouble there, but he's gotten out, at least for the moment. Molotov in from Crunchy to try to help on out, but it's been Crunchy that threw the Molotov. But anyway, we'll get beyond that point. But Samooks, he knows there's a player still there. Shadow's helping him out. A couple of low HP members for Sunday School, and Hassie could actually win this round if he just tossed his Molotov in at the right time.
Yeah. Well, he's going to try and look to do so. It goes in. It's going to disincentivize Sunday School from even just going for a peek around the map. They are still a bit paranoid if there's going to be a flank coming on through. Remember, utility of the damaging variety from either sides. Versa gets shoved off. Now it is all onto Garfunkel at the site, swung on by Hassie. So that is going to be the 11th round to come through KZG.
Yeah, that's the MP9 dream situation, really. You get to swing and low HP players farm them up. 11-4. KZG putting on their most successful map so far of the night, actually, on Vertigo.
Yeah, these are the scorelines that they were putting up in the open qualifier against teams that, you know, if you're looking from an outsider's view, thought would either best them or make it a really close series. So it's actually really good to see KZG's project starting to see some results against teams that ultimately, maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago, might not have been the case. Last effort for Sunday School.
Well, it should have, what, 3.4k loss bonus at the end of this round, so yeah, you're probably right. It doesn't really give them a lot to play with. Just to get a bomb plant down. Oh, that's some great damage from Samooks. Needed one more bullet to finish Mizzy off. Either way, though, all of the fights around the map at the moment are going quite swimmingly for KZG.
Yeah. Reckon's trying to creep up if he can. There's the first. Doesn't realize that Payne is at the sandbags. And he's just going to solidify the kill. Sees Mizzy transitioning between knife to gun. And that's going to be the 12th for KZG. This is a landslide affair. 8 map points to get them into the grand final. And, I mean, for Sunday School, they had the choice to go to Anubis instead of Vertigo. Maybe Anubis would have been better well fought. Who knows? Couple of Galils, some AKs. There was a decoy, but that's already gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't gone too far, unfortunately, for Sunday School and KZG. Oh, they're actually under a bit of pressure right here. Hassie has not swung, though. He has not given away his position, and that is a very interesting turn of events because no one's expecting a third player on the ramp, and so he'll take 2 heads before maybe being traded down. Actually, he's still surviving. Estate tries to help him out. Samooks gets himself a kill as well. Hassie's dropped, but it would have to be now a 2-on-1 from Samooks to finish it off right here and now. And he is going to miss his way into that smoke, but not push. He's waiting for it to fade. He's crept past. They haven't seen him. It's so on. It's so on. And it's on. It's done and dusted. It's off. Whatever you want to call it. Sunday School are going home. They're going down to the lower bracket. It's 13-4, and Samooks will secure the victory for KZG in the 2v1 with a case of some perfect timing. That was down to the millisecond that he was able to creep past that smoke as it faded behind the sight boxes, kept his head down, and bamboozled him.
Well, I mean, it's Hassie as well to start off that, right? You're not going to expect a third member behind the ace site, and he's just sitting at the...